All right, so in just the last 24 hours, the tech world didn't just dip its toes in the water. It basically decided to cannonball into the deep end of the AI pool and maybe bet the entire farm on it too. It's wild. Let's get into it.
So you're probably wondering, what's the hot new thing in tech? You know, the next big, brilliant, revolutionary idea that's got all the VCs and tech bros buzzing?
Well, it's spending money. Just a truly mind-bogglingly ridiculous amount of money. Yep, that's it. Welcome to the great AI gold rush, folks, where the numbers are so huge they honestly sound fake. Okay, first up, let's talk about the big players, the high rollers. These are the giants who are just shoveling cash into the AI furnace, all hoping they're going to be the ones to strike digital gold. All right, check this out, because this chart tells a really interesting story about Meta. On one hand, you've got their revenue, which is just soaring, right? Up a super healthy 24%. But then you look at their Reality Labs division, you know, the whole metaverse thing, and it's bleeding money. We're talking a $19 billion loss in 2025. Now, you'd think that kind of loss would make them pump the brakes a bit, right? Nope. It's actually the complete opposite. It's like they're using that money to fuel an even bigger bet.
And that bigger bet is this number, $115 to $135 billion. That's their planned spending on AI, just for 2026. 1 year. What are they chasing? They're calling it personal superintelligence. Basically, an AI for every single person on the planet. That's your tutor, your coach, your assistant, everything. And they are throwing unbelievable amounts of cash at this to make sure they get there first.
Now, if you thought that was a big number, hold on to your hats, because let's just mosey on over to Microsoft. This is the size of their cloud backlog right now. $625 billion, with a B. And get this, that's more than double what it was just last year. The growth here is just, it's absolutely insane.
And here's the why behind that crazy number. Look at this. Almost half of that gigantic backlog comes from one single partner, OpenAI. This whole AI boom is like a rocket ship strapped to Microsoft's cloud business. But, and there's always a but, there's a catch. Even with all this success, investors are starting to get a little antsy. All this spending on GPUs and servers is getting massive, and Wall Street is starting to whisper, hey, are these costs getting a little out of control?
So, you've got the giants in this all-out spending war. But believe it or not, some companies are making even riskier, crazier bets. Let's talk about, well, trading cars for robots.
Okay, this one is a real head-scratcher. It's got to be one of the most shocking strategy pivots we've seen in a long time. Tesla is apparently stopping production of its most famous cars, the Model S and Model X. Why? To completely change over its Fremont factory to build humanoid robots. Yeah, you heard me right. Humanoid robots. They are going all in on their Optimus robot, which is a massive, massive gamble, especially since it's happening right after they reported their first ever annual drop in revenue. Wild stuff.
Meanwhile, over at Google, they're trying to fundamentally change how you and I use the internet. Their new AI, Gemini, is getting baked right into the Chrome browser. The idea is for it to be your personal assistant. I mean, finally, right? A robot that can sit on hold with the cable company for 3 hours so you don't have to? Sign me up.
So, here's the gist of how it works. You just give it a command, like find me a flight to Hawaii and book it. The AI then goes out, browses all the websites, fills out the forms, and does it all for you. The big idea is to turn your browser from a search engine into a do engine. Pretty cool, right?
You know, they say that in a gold rush, the real winners are the folks selling the picks and shovels. Well, in this AI gold rush, the picks and shovels are tiny, incredibly powerful silicon chips.
And who's raking in the cash from this crazy demand? Well, look no further than the big three right here. Nvidia, Samsung, and SK Hynix. All of them are just posting record-shattering profits. They're basically the arms dealers in this AI war. And let me tell you, business is good. Really good.
Okay, but this whole frenzy, it isn't just about record profits and cool new robots. This massive, high-speed shift is causing a lot of collateral damage. We're talking about everything from people losing their jobs to some scary new security nightmares we're only just beginning to understand.
So on one side of the coin, you see these incredible success stories, like this AI startup, Decagon, that just raised a cool $250 million. I mean, the venture capital money is just flooding into any promising new AI idea right now.
And then you flip that coin over.
and you get this number. 16,000. That's how many jobs Amazon just eliminated. And this is happening at the exact same time they're bragging about investing billions more into AI. It's this painful economic whiplash, and it really shows you just how chaotic and turbulent this whole transition is.
And don't think this disruption is just happening in the usual tech circles. Nope. Even the gaming industry, which usually feels untouchable, is really feeling the pain. We're seeing huge layoffs, like at Amazon Game Studios. Entire studios are closing down. And you've got fans getting really angry at companies like Nintendo for their new policies. The whole industry is shifting, and it feels like not everyone's going to make it to the other side.
So naturally, as AI gets smarter and more powerful, so do the bad guys. Here's a new term you're going to want to remember: agentic AI jailbreak. It sounds complicated, but it's actually pretty simple. It's just a fancy name for tricking these helpful AI assistants into breaking their own rules and doing bad stuff for hackers.
And listen, this isn't some science fiction idea. It's happening right now. Researchers have already found ways to do this with really advanced AIs like Grok 4 and Gemini Nano. You combine that with these new super convincing phishing attacks that are powered by AI, and suddenly our digital security is facing a threat on a whole new level.
So, you've got this wild spending, you've got layoffs, you've got brand new security hacks. It's a bit of a Wild West situation, right? Well, it was only a matter of time before the sheriffs decided to ride into town. Yep, regulators all over the world are waking up and starting to lay down the law.
And this is happening everywhere. In the EU, they're digging into AI-generated content. Here in the US, the feds are investigating accidents with self-driving cars. And South Korea, they're actually pushing through one of the first ever comprehensive laws just for AI. The party might be over soon, folks. The Wild West days of AI could be coming to an end.
So, what's the big takeaway here? The crucial point is that we are smack in the middle of an AI arms race, and it's changing everything, from the car you drive, or maybe won't be driving soon, to the web browser you use every single day. But for all these companies, it's a massive, high-stakes gamble, just loaded with financial risk, ethical questions, and some pretty scary security holes.
And that leaves us with one last, really big question to chew on. As we keep weaving this powerful tech into, well, everything, are we actually building some kind of perfect, efficient utopia? Or are we just outsourcing our own human flaws and mistakes to machines that are way faster and smarter than we are?
Hey, if you want to keep up with all this craziness, make sure you visit newsbite.tech for more tech news and bites.